Scholars, the last group of factoring that we're going to do, those are the special cases, binomials, either difference of squares or sum or difference of cubes, difference of squares. Let's first do the different squares. We already went over the perfect square numbers. A squared minus b squared, difference is minus, will be a plus b times a minus b. If you recall, these are conjugates. Conjugates, multiplication of conjugates. No, please, a squared plus b squared, those are primes. We cannot factor those. So these are very straightforward. Of course, the coefficient here is 1. The square root of 1 is 1. Square root of 4 is 2. So this one will factor as x plus 2 times x minus 2. 81, that will be x plus 9, x minus 9. I've been here a little bit sloppy. Hopefully you're following me. The square root of 64, that's 8. Square root of 1 is 1, so this will be 8y plus 1 times 8y minus 1. Okay. Here, what do I have? 121 is 11 times 11, 49, 7 times 7. That will be 11x minus, or probably doesn't matter, 7y, 11x plus 7y. So 11x minus 7y times 11x plus 7y. Doesn't matter which one we place first. It's getting very sloppy here. 196, 14 times 14, 25, 5 times 5. So this one will factor as what? 14m plus 5n times 14m minus 5m. My God, I don't know what I read this. This one will be 12 times 12, 1 times 1, so it will be 12 plus 1x, 12 minus 1x. 12 plus x, 12 minus x. Okay. This one is, there you go. Oh, it was very messy. So x plus 2, x minus 2, x plus 9, x minus 9, 8y plus 1, 8y minus 1. It was 121, so it's 11 minus 7, 11 plus 7, the variables, obviously. And this one, 14m plus 5n, 14m minus 5m. And this one is 12 times 12, 1 times 1, so 12 plus x, 12 minus x. Okay, so 3 more examples so we can wrap it up. Always greatest common factor, folks. Notice that this guy, we can factor out 2. Then I have 2y. I can factor out the 2y. Y is common in both. Then I will have 4x squared minus half of 98 will be 49. So this one will be 2y times what? 2x plus 7, 2x minus 7. 2y times 2x plus 7 times 2x minus 7. 45a squared b, 80b. B is a common factor, but also 5. 5 times 9 is 45. 5 times 16 is 80. Okay, so if I were to factor out the 5b, end up with 9a squared minus 16. The b went out. So this will be, of course, 3a plus 4, 3a minus 4. And don't forget the 5b. This was 6x squared plus 96. Let me just write it down a little bit here. 6x squared plus 96. I can factor out the 6. I have what, x squared plus 16. Careful here, folks. Don't be tempted to say x plus 4, x minus 4. Notice that this is a plus. It is not difference of squares. It has to be minus. If it was 6x squared minus 96, then I can factor x plus 4, x minus 4. Okay, but here the only thing I can do is to factor the 6 as the greatest common factor. That's all. And I stop here. X squared plus 16, it's prime, doesn't factor. Last one not least, let's try the sum or difference of cubes. These are really very special just because of the nature of the numbers. Perfect cubes, what are those numbers? 1, 8, 27. Do I need to memorize this? Of course not. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. 4 to the 3 will be 64. 125. 5 times 5 times 5, etc. Okay, those are numbers that have perfect cube roots. And what do I have here? If I have the sum or difference of cubes, here both exist. For the squares, only the difference, not the sum. So here, this is very unique. They are very similar. So this will factor as A plus B times. This is minus, so this will be A minus B times. The first thing we do is to square A, so it will be A squared. Ignoring the signs, the next one will be multiplying these numbers, A times B, that will be AB. And the third number is the third term of this trinomial is squaring B, so it will be B squared. This case is the same thing, that will be A squared, AB, B squared. Now, what are the patterns for the parentheses? The sign, sorry. This is A cubed plus B cubed, that will be A plus B minus plus. This is A minus, will be A minus plus plus. And you only need one negative. Other than that, let's go ahead and do 2 or 3 examples. These are very straightforward. Okay, so let's try these 3 examples for now. If I have x cubed plus 64, I recognize that this can be written as x cubed plus 64. You see, that would be plus 4 cubed. So my quote-unquote A will be x, and my B will be 4, and this is plus. So how do I factor this guy? That would be x plus 4 with the binomial. Then the trinomial, what do? We square the first one, x squared, multiply 4 times x, 4x, square this last one, 4 times 4, 16, plus plus minus plus done. X cubed minus 1000, this is 10 times 10 times 10. In other words, this is x cubed minus 10 cubed. Thus, my first term will be x minus 10. That will be the next square. Plus 10x plus 10 times 10, 100. Last but not least, of course, I have 64 here, which will be 4 cubed minus 27. That will be 3x cubed. Oh, that's messy. So that will be 4 minus 3x. Okay. Now, how do I consort my trinomial? The first number A squared, 4 times 4, 16. My second term of the trinomial, 4 times 3x, 12x. Third term, that would be this 3x squared, 9 3 times 3, 9x squared. Minus, plus, plus. 16, this is 12x and 9x squared. Okay. I have 2 more examples. Let me just erase with, so I don't have to pause video. What if I have 5m cubed plus 40m cubed. If you don't have time, you can always pause the video and write this. I'm going a little bit fast here. And then the last example that I have for you is 500p cubed minus 4q cubed. Notice that I have a common factor 5. So I can always factor out the 5. Will be m cubed plus 8n cubed. So this answer will be 5 times m times m times m, 2n times 2n times 2n. So will be m plus 2n. And then the trinomial is m squared minus 2mn plus 4n squared plus minus plus. Yeah, okay. Here I can factor out the 4. Then that would be parentheses 125p cubed minus q cubed. 125, the cube root is 5. 1 is 1. So that would be 4. 5p minus q. 5p minus q. I cannot see that. We did a trinomial, 5 times 5, 25p squared, 5p cubed, and 1 cube. So 1 cube squared, so that will be 1 cube squared. So that's minus plus 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 plus. So 4 times this binomial times this trinomial. Always recall this trinomial does not factor. Okay, so thank you.